Okay, this week's game is Speed Circuit. It's an auto racing game that came out in 1971. It was designed by Thomas DeVol and John B. Riley, and it was originally published by 3M, later by Avalon Hill. So it involves Formula racing and just a real brief history of Formula One racing. 1867 in Manchester, England was probably the first auto race that we know of, but it was a little different than what we see today. By the 1890s, however, we're starting to see modern auto racing with things like the Paris-Bordeaux-Paris race, and it was kind of the first race where there was decided by the finishing order of the eligible contenders. As time went on in the early 1900s, cars got bigger and bigger, and the engines got more and more powerful till it was becoming a problem. The problem was that with these huge engines, control was hard, especially on road racing, and a number of drivers and folks watching the race were killed. So, after some deadly crashes in 1931, the European Championship set a number of regulations or formula limiting the engine size for these cars and placing some rules on how these road races should be held. World War I intervened, and in 1946, after the war, the FIA, that's the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, codified these earlier regulations into what was now called Formula One racing. There's also Formula 2, Formula 3, etc. The most famous of the Formula Grand Prix races is, of course, the Grand Prix de Monaco. It occurs over 3 days, like many of these Formula One Grand Prix races, and it transforms the streets of the city into a auto track. This is a type of racing where they actually use the city streets instead of a designated track. The 3 days are mostly involving qualifying rounds to see where the drivers will start in the final race. And, of course, the better drivers end up in the front and on the inside, and the worst drivers end up at the back and on the outside. The race is 3.337 kilometers long and on each lap, and it takes 78 laps. So that would come up, if you do the math, 260.286 kilometers. The best time that it's been run in is about 1 hour and 14 minutes. So this game does a good job of simulating that kind of racing. It's a fairly easy game, and it's really kind of stood up on the test of time. So let's go over the rules in a little bit, and then we will actually sit down and play. Okay, let's go over the rules a little bit for Speed Circuit. The first thing is you're going to create your car, and this actually works a lot like creating characters in a fantasy role-playing game. You get 5 points to spend, and you can use them on your various attributes you have. The attributes are start speed, acceleration, deceleration, top speed, and wear. And we'll talk about those as we go through the rules. And so you take your 5 points, and you can look up here at this chart up here. Let's move these out of the way while we're building our characters, or non-player cars. They're NPCs. So let's take our white. If you want to change your start speed to 40, it costs 0 points. If you want to go with 60, it's 1, and 80 is 2. If you want to accelerate 20 miles per hour, it's 0, and these are down here in these boxes. If you want to accelerate 40 miles per hour, it's 1, and 60 miles per hour is 2. Deceleration follows the same rules, or this is your braking speed. Your overall top speed is here, and you can change those with the points, and then the amount of wear that your car can take. Whenever your car takes some damage, as it were, then that's counted as wear. So in a lot of ways, this is kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, except it's played with sports cars. Okay, let's take white here. And I'm going to take white and just go across the board. I'm going to give him 5 points. So we're going to change this to 60. We're going to change acceleration to 40. We're going to take deceleration and change it to 40. We're going to take my top speed to 180 or 160. Okay, so this is actually 140 would be the top speed that would be default. So 160, and we're going to take 5 points of wear. So there's the points we've spent. Let's see, red. I'm going to make red zippier. Red's going to have a start speed of 60. It's going to have an acceleration of 60. That's 2 points, so 3 points so far. Deceleration of 40. Top speed of 140. We'll leave that one alone. And let's see, that's 61. 60 there is 2, so there's 3. Deceleration is 44 and 5. Let's make top speed 140, and then we'll give them an extra wear. Okay. Yellow is going to be able to handle the corners. So we're going to go with the start speed of 40, acceleration of 40, let's go with 60, deceleration of 60, top speed of 140, and let's see, how much does that leave for wear? Let's see, 40 is 0, acceleration 60 is 2, deceleration 60 is 2, that's 4, top speed 0, and we'll give him an extra point of wear. Let's see, we're going to make this one we're going to give 6 for 2, 160, yeah, we'll go with that. And we'll say a start speed of, let's see, that was for 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go with the start speed of 80. Okay. Now we set our cars up down here, and so what's going to happen is we actually start with the start speed. The highest start speed goes first. So blue is the highest. We then work our way out on the same row. So that's going to be red and white. I'm going to just say red and white. So inner to outer, and then you move back. And then yellow with its start speed of 40 will be back here at the back. What you're going to do is then you'll start with turn 1, and let's just start with blue to show how blue works. So all of the drivers put down their start speed, and then in each subsequent round they can increase or decrease their speed. And in the game, when people are playing each other, they don't know. Everybody shows their speed or reveals their speed at once, but since we're playing solo, we're just going to have them all posted here. Now during the second round, he can accelerate, blue can accelerate 20 miles per hour. So they could go up to a 20, or I'm sorry, 80 plus 20 is 100. And also remember, each of these squares is equal to 20 miles per hour. So in other words, if I was going 80 miles per hour, I'd go 2, 4, 6, 8. If I was going 100, it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 100 miles an hour. These numbers in the corners indicate the speed, the maximum speed you can take the corner without taking some risk. So we're going to say he's able to, let's say he's able to get up to 140 miles an hour going into this. He's 20 miles an hour over. Now, you could either decelerate to go into a corner, or you can take your chances and take some wear. So you go to your corner. When you go into a corner, first of all, move through it. Let's see. So 140 is 7. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's just do it before. Let's do it before we move into the corner. Corning chart. There she is. We are 20 miles an hour going into that corner. 140 and 120. So that we can either use one wear, or we can consult the chance table. So if we were going to use our wear, we go down here. Here's blue, and we change this to 3. When you get to 0 wear, you're at 0 hit points. You can continue to drive forward, but you cannot take a corner any faster than its than its suggested speed is here. If we decided instead to consult the chance table, we'd come over here and we'd roll a die 6, and we roll it, and we get a 3. So a 3 is a safe corner. Nothing happens, and we can move on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything's always in the way here. 7. Okay, so he's successfully moved through that corner. If, say, instead I rolled a spin out, spin outs mean that you go back to your start speed. Basically, you go back to where you were, and now my start speed on this one would be 80. So instead I would go 20, 40, 60, 80 right here. I would end up here for a spin out. And I would have to start over. And then 6, if I roll a 6, I'm out of the race. So that's how cornering works. If, say, I hit a corner with these marks, you can see these kind of skid mark looking things here. I can go through this corner, and I can, if I follow this line, I can go 20 miles per hour over what's listed here. So this goes through it at 80, so I could go through, if I started here and ended up here, I could go through at 100. If I started here and went through here, I could go through at 80 instead of 60. And again, I can go faster if I take more risk with the cornering charts. You can see if I was, say, 60 miles an hour over what was the maximum allowed, I'd have to use 2 wears, and a spin out would occur, or I could use 2 wears and consult the chance table. So it's up to the player to do that, to see how much, depending on how much wear they have and how lucky they feel. Cars can only move forward. They can also move diagonally, and that would count as a move. So this guy here, this would be 1, or this would be 1. And either way, that counts as a move. If they decide to decelerate faster than what's recommended, they have to check the deceleration chart. So say I was going 100 miles an hour and I wanted to get down to 20, and I took 80, I'd use 2 wears, I'd have a spin out, and I'd have to test the brakes. When I test the brakes, I do a 1d6, and if I get a 1 through 5, I'm safe. If I get a 6, I use a wear. I use 1 wear, and all wear penalties are doubled for the rest of the race. So in other words, I roll twice I take two wears any time in the future. If I decide to accelerate any faster than my maximum acceleration, I can do that. Again, I roll a 1d6. If I get a 1 through 5, I'm successful. If I get a d6, I blow the engine, and I lower my overall acceleration by 20 and my top speed by 20. So I'd have to change these over here. First person that makes a lap wins. And that is pretty much it. If you hit, you cannot occupy the space of another player. And if you do, you roll as the player takes a wear. That's how I do it. I just let them take a wear. Okay, that is pretty much the rules. It's a pretty easy game to figure out. So let's go ahead and set it up. And let's run 1 lap at Monaco here. Okay, blue gets to go first. And we're going to say he went to 100. We'll take this out. Or, I'm sorry. That's dry air. 80, okay. So he gets to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next player to go is going to be the next highest one. And that is going to be these two 60s. I'm going to just say red has the advantage. Okay, red can go, and they get to go 3. 1, 2, 3. White was next in line at 60. Okay. And gets to go 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then yellow gets to go, and yellow has a 40. So yellow's going to putter along. Sometimes slow and steady wins these races. Okay, the first car to go is the furthest on the inside and the furthest in the front. So that's blue. Blue's going to try to make this corner here. They can go to 120, so we'll easily try that. 80 plus 40. Can blue do it? They have acceleration of 20. I'm going to run the risk of blowing my engine and really taking off here. So I'm going to try to accelerate more than my 20. I'm going to go with 40. So I roll, and it's a 4. So I make it, and it's a savings throw, I guess. And I can do it. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, blue went. Next to go is going to be red. They are in the first row. Red can accelerate 60, so they can do the 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, putting them right here. We go with white. White can accelerate 40, so that's 100. So they can go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then finally yellow goes. Yellow can accelerate 60, so that's putting them at 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're two turns in. Blue is again in the lead. There's a straightaway here. Blues can accelerate another 20. I don't want to have to decelerate too much in here. So we're going to take it to 140, which is my top speed. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, do I go in the 60 or not? 5. Okay, so I was going 140, so I'm 60 miles and over. I can use 2 wears, and I have to test my brakes. So yellow's already using his 2 wears. I'm sorry, blue is using their 2 wears. 2, okay. And I have to test my brakes. I got a 5, so I'm safe. Okay, makes it. I had 140 miles an hour. And then red gets to go. How far is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can decelerate. Let's see, so that's 6. So that's 120 miles an hour. I'm going to keep it at 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. White is going to try to go. White will try to accelerate to 120. Which it easily does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And finally, yellow is going to poke along here. Yellow can accelerate 60, so 120. We're going to try it at 140. Okay, so they're 20 miles and over. They get to do a cornering. Use 1 wear or consult the chance table. Okay, yellow's got 5 wears, so I'll take a wear. And we'll make it through at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now then, one thing also is if the cars are going over 120 miles an hour and a car behind is able to follow a car for the full turn, then they're able to slipstream and they can move an extra point. If it's above 180 miles an hour, they can actually get 2 extra points when they move. So, but they have to follow this other car in the front. So yellow's done its thing. Now then, blue's back in here. Blue is going to make a hard deceleration. We're going to take it down to 120. Actually, we're going to brake even harder. I'm going to brake by an extra 20. Okay, so blue can brake at 20, so 40. I'm going to take it down to 100. And when I do that, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I couldn't have gone through on that other thing. And I've got to take I'm still going to have to, I'm going to make 2 rolls here. First roll is going to be to check my brakes, and the second roll is to see if I lose control of the car. So first roll is a 3. My brakes check fine. and a 1, I corner fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 100 miles an hour. Okay, red is going into this at 100. Now, since he's going to stay on this little track here, that's 80, so he's 20 over. I'm going to roll 3, I'm fine. 1, 2, 3, okay. But then I've got this 60 here, and I'm 4 over here. So 4, 5. I'm going to end up here, but I am, red is 104 over, 40 miles an hour over, use 2 wares or 1 ware, and consult the chance table. I'll do that. Okay, my chances were okay, but I get an extra ware here, so 5, 4. Putting me here. Sometimes it's kind of hard when you have to take 2 of those into account. Okay, going on to white. White's going to try it at, gosh, let's do it at 100 miles an hour. Okay, so that's 5, and I'm going to go through here, and that's going to be 80, so it's over by 1. So it's, let's see, over by 20. It's 20 miles per hour, so 4 is fine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then yellow decides that they're going to slipstream it, and they're going to go through at 100. They can decelerate that much, so since they can decelerate 60, they can easily go 40 to 100. So when they do that, they slipstream around that corner and end up here. They get that extra point for their, or I'm sorry, they get it here. They would follow right along here and then end up here. So, oh, but, well, they could do it as the 80s, yeah, and then move it in. I was wondering how they could go through at 100. They will have to make a check, or take a loss of points. I think they'll take a loss of points. 3, so they take some wear. Okay, blue is in the lead. Still got some corners to get through here. Needs to get out of this corner going fast in that straightaway. So I'm going to try to get it for blue to move to 100. Okay. And that gets you, that'll move me through here, and they need to roll, let's see, that'll be 20 miles an hour over. This is an 80, and you're at 100, so I'll take the roll, and I get a 5, so I make it. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can't go diagonally. I have to stay in that lane. I'm obligated to do that. So red is going to make his move. And red is going to try to go at 120. Got to take some wear and try some luck. And I'm going to go through that 60 here. Do I have somewhere? Yeah, I do. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see, that was 60. I was going 120, so I'm 60 over. So I used 2 wares. I'm sorry, cornering is 60. Use 2 wares and spin out, or use 2 wares and consult a chance table. So I'm red's going to use these 2 wares and consult the chance table. 3. Okay, we're good. Okay, moving up to white. White is running at 100. We will move to 80, giving me 20 over. And white is going to take the chance. White's got wear, so we'll just take a wear since we're 1 over. 1, 2, 3, 4. White's playing it safe. Okay, and then yellow is going to try to get, let's see, yellow's running at 100. We will continue to go, we got some wear here. If I go through at 80, I'll be 20 over. Let's do it. Or no, we'll be safe because we're going through on that 60 there. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the same place we were. So both those guys played it pretty safe. Okay, back up on turn 6. Red is now in the lead. And this is going to be tough here. Gonna take it a little slower. Red's gonna have to decelerate. Red can decelerate by 40. We're gonna take it at 80 and hope for the best. Okay, so this is actually gonna be at 60 and 60. So going through here, we can sneeze through at 60 and 80. We're 2 over, 20 miles an hour over. So either aware or consult the chance. We'll take a chance. 4. Okay, we did good. And we were at 80, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was 60. Oh, yeah, 80 to 60. Okay, I was, 1 over, 20 miles an hour. Okay, blue. Blue's kind of gotten blocked here. Could go through here. Going to initially have to go in at 40 miles an hour, though, so that's a problem. Or could go here, 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 and outside. So blue is going to try to go through that hairpin turn at, let's see, what's blue running at? Blue's running at 100 and can decelerate by 20, so we'll go down to 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'll take the chance. 4, fine, okay. White is up. White is going to go at, let's accelerate for a round. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I'll take a wear. White's going to take a wear going through that. Okay. Yellow can go through at 80. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now then, red is in the lead, and red is going to accelerate. Let's try to punch that engine up. Let's see, red is going at 80, so we're going to punch the engine up by 60. That's 140 maximum speed. Yep, we'll do it. Okay, 7. And there's 3. We're 40 over. Use 1 wear. Okay, 40 over. Use 2 wears, or 1 wear and a chance. So we'll take 1 wear, and we got a 4. So we're good. Gotta remember where we were. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully that's it. And they're down the straightaway. Blue is going to be up against, is going to try to get those 60s in. Let's say blue is going to go to 80 miles an hour. Let's just stay at 80. Okay. 1. They'll go 4. And let's see, that's going to take a chance. 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes it through those curves. Okay, white is up, and white's going to try to go through at 60 miles an hour. Can white decelerate that much? Yeah. Oh, they can't. White can't. Okay, let's do it at 80 miles an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you've tried once on a turn, you don't have to check. You don't have to make 2 saving throws on the same turn. So we'll make our first saving throw here. 20 miles and over. White's going to burn a. It's just going to go ahead and burn a hit point. And finally, yellow. Where you at, yellow? 80. 5. Okay, so I'm going through at 60. I'm going through at 40 miles an hour over. I can use 2 wares or a ware and a consult. I'll just use a ware and I'll do a consult. 5. Okay, so white takes the 3rd place. Okay, now we are in red. Red's going to try to punch it hard. So red's going to try to punch it to 160. Let's roll a oh, engine damage. So minus 22 miles per hour and to acceleration and top speed. So because red blew their engine, we're now at 40 for an acceleration and our top speed is 120. And we will keep our speed the same. Actually, we'll have to go down to 120, not 1200. And it's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, blue. Blue is at 80 miles an hour. Blue's going to punch it to the max here. So blue can accelerate 20. Okay, 120. We're going to roll a dice to see if we make it. Good, we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yellow is up, and yellow is going to punch it up, is going to keep it at 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and white's at 80. They've already tested, so we're going to punch it to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next turn. And they were at 100. Okay, red goes. Red's in the lead. 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Blue is going to take it to... Blue can accelerate 20, so 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yellow is going to punch it up to, what's yellow got for max speed? 140. They can accelerate at 60, so 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then white, which can go to a max speed of 160. They can only accelerate by 40, so 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We're back to red. Red's going 120. Got a wear left. Two things in a wear left. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to just go ahead and risk it and go through at 120. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And let's roll a d6. Oh, 6. A 6 is a crash. So red is out of the race. Red goes right over the barrier there. Poor red. Okay. Goodbye, red. Okay, then blue gets to go. Blue's going to hit it at 140. Let's take it down to 120. Wait, how much can you decelerate? 60. Oh, red or blue can decelerate by 20, so 120 is as far. Let's brake. Let's do a brake check. Well, we don't have much wear, so 120, and we're going to roll 3. We make it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, blue makes it through. Yellow. Insane old yellow. Yellow's at 140. We're going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just see what yellow does here. Okay. We'll go into this outer here. And then that leaves poor old white back there. White is going 120. They can go to 160. Let's do it for one round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Blue is now up, and blue is at 120. They've made the save for this turn, so they're going to go to, blue's going to accelerate by 20 to 140. Blue's got 2 weirds left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then yellow can go, what's yellow? 140. We're going to try it. We're going to go through 40 over. Use 2 wares or use 1 ware and consult the chance table. We're going to use our 1 ware, taking this to 0. And the chance table of 1, so we make it. So we're going 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then white is at 140. White's going to decelerate, which white can decelerate by 40. So 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, blue is up. Blue, blue's got 2 wares left, so that's good. I think blue can blow through that. 140. Let's stay at 140. And we're 40 over. We use 2 wares. We're going to use our 2 wares here. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that leaves yellow. Yellow's ripping along at 100 miles an hour. And has nowhere left, so we pretty much have to stay in the speed. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going through this final turn, and then white at 100 miles an hour is going to poke along still. Let's go to 120. Get up there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then that leaves blue, who's pretty much, I think, going to win the race. Blue has got a maximum of 160, so we'll go ahead, and since we've already saved for that corner, we can go 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blue is winning the race. Yellow is going to do, has already saved, so 100, and since yellow's already made their saving throw, or white, I'm sorry, white's, or yellow, yeah, yellow's made their saving throw, can go up to 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The always cautious white. Oh, white can decelerate. White's good at decelerating. 120. And they'll be 20 over. They'll use their wear up 0 and go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then yellow is going to go the last turn, 140, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when they pass the finishing line, the first person through, if 2 cross at the same turn, the first person through is the one that goes the furthest. So we'll go with white. White is at 126, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they didn't make it. And so white will make it in the next round. And that's Speed Circuit. A lot of people have done a lot of homemade courses for it. There's 3 on Vassal. It's a real basic game, but it's a lot of fun to play if you're just getting together and for a beer and pretzel type thing. I think it's a pretty good game. It was re-implemented as Championship Formula Racing, and we'll talk a little bit about that one of these days when I'm doing that. I'm kind of in a racing mood lately, so maybe I'll just run through a bunch of race games, and then in the end we'll compare and see what we can race them against each other and see which one wins. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you like this content. If you want to see something different or specific games you like or want to talk about, leave a comment down below and I'll try to look into those. And I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and we will talk to you later.